Hi, good afternoon, good evening, early evening, buonasera, however you want to say it. It's your boy Big Rich, back for some business. Ndrangheta Weekly News, NWN. Gentlemen, wipe your feet on the rug, throw some smoke in the atmosphere. I just lit me the last of my wedding cake, and it's delicious. Let's go. Reggio Calabria maxi operation against the Ndrangheta of Sant Eufemia. Among the 65 arrested, also the mayor and new regional councilor Creazzo and historical leaders of the clans. On the charge of the mafia political electoral exchange, the mayor of Sant Eufemia di Aspromonte was arrested and placed under house arrest. Domenico Creazzo, first elected on the list of Brothers of Italy with 8,033 votes in the constituency of Reggio Calabria in the regional elections of the 26th of January. Creazzo, who is also a financer in cultivating and realizing the project to stand and win the regional elections of January 2020, he had turned to the Ndrangheta, in particular to Domenico Lorendi, first through his brother Antonio Creazzo, able to procure votes in exchange for favors and usefulness, thanks to his adhesions with top figures of the Alvaro gang, and then directly in order to defeat the political opponents, read a note from police headquarters. At the disposal of the District Anti-Mafia Directorate of Reggio Calabria, the policemen of Palmi Commissariat and the mobile squad of the Reggio Emilia Capital arrested top elements of the Alvaro gang, historical bosses, prominent personalities, lieutenants, and new levers of the Sant Eufemia di Aspromonte joint. Among them are the boss Cosimo Alvaro, to whom the restrictive measure was served in prison because he was detained for another cause, Domenico Alvaro, Salvatore Alvaro, Francesco Canizaro, Cosimo Canizaro, and Domenico Lorendi, entrepreneur and top-level element of the Eufemian Ndrangheta. The investigations were conducted with the indispensable use of wiretapping, thanks to which it was possible to identify the serious criminal events that led to the gradual strengthening of the articulation of Ndrangheta of Sant Eufemia di Aspromonte and therefore of the Alvaro. Today, the Alvaro clan is a powerful gang of the unitary Ndrangheta operating in the province of Reggio Calabria, in other regions of Italy and abroad, which finds its strengths also in the links with other powerful gangs and its solid alliance relationships with other families ndranghetistiche. The investigation by the District Anti-Mafia Directorate of Reggio Calabria sheds light on the diversified illicit interests on the gangs of Sant Eufemia di Aspromonte, revealing an accentuated dynamism in the systematic use of extortion activities against economic operators and business owners. Extortion of some tens of thousands of euros were imposed with environmental threats on entrepreneurs during the execution of public works in the municipality of Sant Eufemia Sant Eufemia. Renovation of buildings, rehabilitation of hydrogeological instability, energy saving of public lighting systems, completion of streets and in nearby centers, renovation of a school building in San Procopio. The owners of companies engaged in the execution of aforementioned works were forced, with the force of intimidation deriving from belonging to the gang, to hire workers from companies attributable to it. The gang also managed a lucrative round of drugs, and in fact, several affiliates were arrested on various charges of transferring, purchasing, cultivating, attempting to import, offer to sell drugs, mainly cocaine and marijuana. With its pervasive action, the Ndrangheta managed to place its members at the top of the government, the elective assembly, and within the municipal administration of Sant Eufemia di Aspromonte. With the role of head promoter and organizer of the Mafia Association, the deputy mayor was arrested in execution of the precautionary measure of custody in prison. Cosimo Aida, creator of several affiliations that had determined a strong friction with the other components with the local Ndrangheta Eufemise, and the altercation of the balance in the power relations between the various factions within the same. With the protest of participation in the Mafia Association, the president of the city council was arrested in execution of the precautionary measure of custody in prison. Angelo Alati as master of the day of the gang. The head of the engineer technical office, Domenico Lupino, referred of the gang in relation to public procurement of the municipality, Domenico Forgione, meaning Dominique, minority municipal councilor, who had the task of monitoring the contracts of the municipality to allow infiltration by companies attributable to the Eufemian gang. The military wing of the Eufemian group has numerous weapons, pistols and rifles, also with high offensive potential, partly seized during the investigation, as well as a bazooka to which the suspects referred during the dialogues intercepted by the police. They had also been commissioned to manufacture an explosive device by some exponents of the Gaelic clan of Palmi, who intended to use it to destroy or seriously damage the historic home of that Ndrangheta family, confiscated and destined to host the new headquarters of the local public security commissioner. An extensive state police operation coordinated by the district anti-mafia directorate of the public prosecutor's office of Reggio Calabria had been underway since the early hours of this morning, aimed at the execution of 65 pre-trial detention orders, including 53 in prison and 12 under arrest domiciled, issued against historical leaders, top elements and affiliates of a dangerous local Ndrangheta operating in the Sant Eufemia di Espromante, functionally dependent on the powerful Cosca Alvaro reigning in Sinopoli, San Procchio, Consoletto, Delia Nueva, and neighboring areas, held responsible for various reasons for mafia association, various crimes relating to weapons and drugs, extortion, real aiding, private violence, violations in electoral matters, aggravated by the use of the mafia method and the purpose of facilitating the Ndrangheta as well as mafia political electoral exchange. The investigators of the Reggio Calabria mobile squad and the PS from Palmi, with the coordination of the Central Operational Service of the Central Anti-Crime Directorate of the State Police, assisted by the operators of the Crime Prevention Departments and various mobile teams of Central and Northern Italy, are also carrying out numerous searches. About 600 police officers were employed. The details of the operation will be disclosed during a press conference to be held later in the day in the conference room of the police headquarters of Reggio Calabria, in the presence of the public prosecutor Giovanni Bombardieri and the assistant attorney Calogero Gettiano Paci of the Central Anti-Crime Director, Francesco Messina, the Quaestor of Reggio Calabria Maurizio Valloni, and the Central Operational Director Fausto Lamparielli. Efimos is the name that the investigators of the state police gave to the operation in the province of Reggio Calabria, Milan, Bergamo, Novara, Lodi, Pavia, Ancona, Pesaro, Urbino, and Perugia. Numerous arrests and searches were carried out against leaders and wingmen of a joint of the Ndrangheta Regina operating in Sant Eufemia di Espromante with the Tyrrhenian mandate, employed by the most established and dating local Sinopoli belonging to the powerful Cosca Alvaro, which also has its offshoot in Lombardy, in particular in the Pavesi, as well as in Australia, where there is a Ndrangheta restaurant directly dependent on the Calabrian mother house of the Alvaro family. From the investigations conducted by the investigators of the Reggio Calabria Mobile Squad and the PS from Palmi, it emerged that the top representatives of the Sant Eufemia di Espromante venue sat at the tables where important decisions were made regarding the Australian venue. Some of them have even gone to Australia in the past to resolve disputes related by the stripping of a member who was sanctioned for a neglect but not expelled from the ranks of the Ndrangheta. In the summits monitored by police investigators, the suspects referred to the positions and ranks of the Ndrangheta como La Santa, Comorista, Evangelista, Garista, Capo Local, Contabile, at ceremonies, the formation of a new counter, the creation of a new venue in Sant Eufemia di Espromante with the hoped for legitimization of the wrist crime and independence from the Alvaro of Sinopoli, who, however, continued to control Sant Eufemia, strong of being a great gang, even if the different family subgroups, Intensi Carni Icani, Pageci, Meri, Palunari, and Testasa o Kudalunga. They enjoy a certain programmatic and action autonomy. The Euphemian Ndrangheta appears ancient and modern at the same time, anchored to its old rituals, but strongly inclined to take root more and more in the socio-economic and entrepreneurial sector. Also, through a careful infiltration activity in the apparatuses administrative, institutional, and political. So, the reason why we're pushing these Ndrangheta articles is because it's a whole nother branch of all this shit that we love. And I have to agree with Shattered when he goes, we have to push these stories so people understand what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we're the only ones that are one of the few that talk about Ndrangheta and stories and stories affiliated with Ndrangheta. So, I think this NWN it should be very helpful for those that follow the Calabrian Mafia. And for those that don't, understand that they control the 80% of the cocaine trade in Europe. They're affiliated with cartels. They're affiliated with Brazil. You know, they're all over the world. So, people like us that are interested and love shit like this is very important. These articles are very important. My apologies on the pronunciation. Shatter did, gave me a lot of videos to keep looking over to try to get most of the words right. And for the most part, I think you guys understand what's going on. And I want to salute to my boy Ricky from Canada who sent me an email today that was kind of breaking down the consonants and what two letters go together and what it sounds like and what this sounds like. And to anybody that actually would take the time to send me an email and teach me a thing or two, I am grateful. And that is why I always thank Shattered on almost every fucking video that we do, because he teaches me something. You know what I'm saying? He takes the time out to teach me, sends me videos on the pronunciation. So I have to thank everybody that does that. So salute to Ricky. I got your email today from Canada. I appreciate what you was trying to show me. And, keep it up. Keep sending me more stuff to learn. I appreciate it. All right, so salute to everybody. Ndrangheta Weekly News, NWN, Team Ruckus, Ruckus Radio Podcast. You know how we get down. Salute.